Well, let's go ahead and start standing here today, guys. We're going to bring our feet together first. And then let's just start with just some overhead reaches, just kind of getting the shoulder blades moving here. We're going to reach up and over, follow with the eyes. Now here's our little balance moment. We're going to follow back up. Think about using those shoulder blades to reach and move. Turning the head and following with the eyes. And I like this with the feet together because a little bit less base of support, right? It's always a good thing to practice because we don't always have that luxury of having good base of support sometimes, especially when we're walking on uneven ground. Awesome. Let's do 2 more to each side. And last one, reaching up and back to the other side. Wonderful. We're going to bring the ball down towards the thighs, roll it down. Rounding the spine as we roll all the way down. Extend the tailbone at the bottom. Pressure onto the ball. We're going to tuck and roll it all the way back up. Opening up the chest at the top. Let's do 4 more. Dive and extend at the bottom. Tuck and roll it back up at the top. And here's 3. We're going for 5. And 4. And let's go in for one last one for 5. We're going to hold the ball down. And let's separate the heels from here. Now, most certainly you can do this without the ball. Now, obviously, the higher the heel on the ball, the more difficult this is going to be. But we're going to do heels together, toes apart here. All right. Awesome. Now, if you do feel uncomfortable with this, do this without the ball. You can lift the heels without the ball as well. So there's options here. Now, while we're here, get a good kind of grip with the toes. Footwork is always a big part of Pilates, having good grip. So in this position, I'm going to spread my toes nice and wide. I'm going to reach my arms out, drop my hips as far as I can, stack it all the way back up. Trying to keep a nice upright posture. We're going to feel a lot more quads here. We have 8 more. Woo. Now, you might feel if you're on the ball, the pressure in your heels, right? We have 4 here, and 5. Have 5 more. Awesome. Really squeezing those inner thighs together as we lift. Squeeze the glutes together all the way at the top. Last 3. 2. And hold it down on 1, and we pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way up. We're going to take one heel off, and then the other, nice and slow. And let's keep that ball down on the floor. We're going to do our nerve floss before we get into our squats and lunges. I'm going to roll it forward. Now, put the ball between the feet. I always love this. And for the ones that haven't done this before, this is kind of a nice way to get an idea of where your flexibility changes. So let's reach forward and kind of get a baseline of where our flexibility is in the moment. Okay. Take a little mental note where we're at. We're going to roll that ball forward. I'm going to bend my elbows, hinge forward, and then press it straight ahead. So I'm bending and straightening my elbows here, feeling a little bit of a length behind my hamstrings, maybe my low back. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and push your range here. Hold it down on 10. Slight bend in the elbows. I'm going to bend my knees, drop my hips. I'm going to straighten my knees, lift my hips back up for 10 more. Kind of a little bit of a nerve floss. We call these nerve flossing. We're starting from the low back and ending at the toes, right? Trying to create length through that nerve. We have a little mechanoreceptor called our Golgi tendon organs. We got 5 more here that limit our stretch reflex. So when we are able to kind of create length through the length of the nerve, we can kind of bypass that little mechanoreceptor that says, hey, you're stretching too far. Last one. And then from here, let's shift the weight to the ball and the balls of the feet. We're going to lift the heels, lower them back down for 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You might feel this a little bit more in the calves, a little bit lower on the behind the knee here. 9. Let's do one more here for 10. And here's our last one. I'm going to shift my weight towards my heels, lift my toes, and then lower them back down. Feel a lot more calf here. 3, 4, and the nerve we're working with here is called our saphenous nerve. I might ask later. Saphenous. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost there, you guys. 9. And last one, 10. Let's roll that ball away. We're going to hinge it forward a little bit more. Woo, I got a lot more range here. Now my fingertips are touching, or my fingers are touching the floor. Hopefully you guys increase them too, right? Yeah? Awesome. I love it. Wonderful. Now we're going to take that ball into our hands, roll it all the way back up to standing. All right. And let's go ahead and hinge back into a nice squat. Reach that ball forward. Press through the heels, lift it back up. For 2. Awesome. 3. And in this position, I want you to think about keeping the shoulder blades down as you raise the ball in front of you. 4. 5. Very good. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. And we're going to hold it down on 10. Lift the heels without bobbing the head. Lower the heels back down for 10 more. Nice little calf, deep calf muscles here. And as you're doing this, think about rolling evenly onto that first and second toe and the balls of the feet here. We're not having those ankles wobble in or out, although it's kind of a difficult one, right? 3 more. 2. We're almost there. And 1. Press those heels, stack it back up. All right. Now, in this position, we're going to do a little quarter squat. So maybe not very deep of a knee bend, but some knee bend. Let's take that ball forward. We're going to do a nice little archery pull here, rowing that ball towards the chest, and then back to the front. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6. Now remember, as one arm reaches, one shoulder blade reaches, the other one pulls to the spine. 2 more. And last one. Awesome. Let's switch arms. Balls in the other hand. We're rotating the other side. One shoulder blade reaches, the other one pulls. It's going to help you rotate. There's 3, 4, 5. Nice job, you guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and take that ball between the knees. All right. We're going to go back into our little bit of our quarter squat here, and let's do some pelvic rocking. Now, we don't really talk much about neutral pelvis at standing, but when you think about having a neutral pelvis, it's perpendicular, your tailbone's perpendicular to the floor. So let's go ahead and rock in and out of it. I'm going to tuck my pelvis under. I'm going to extend it back out, kind of like what we would do on a mat, right? That kind of pelvic clocking. The belly button's at 12 o'clock. Your pubic bone is at 6 o'clock. Kind of going back and forth on it here. Let's do 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to stack it all the way back up. Take that ball out from here. And let's pivot to the right. Bring that leg back. And we're going in for some lunging. Now this time, normally we keep that back leg straight. Let's bend that back leg. We're going to tap the knee to the floor as much as we can. Switch that ball under the thigh. And then back up. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to straighten that back leg. We're going to continue hinging it forward, stacking it back up for 1 more. 2. One more set, I guess. 3. Good. 4. And 5. Let's take that ball to the front. To that inner thigh, bring that right arm out to the side. I'm going to hinge forward. All my weight's on that front leg. Let's lift and lower that back leg for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it up on 1, and we have 5 circles here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back. We're going to turn to the other side. All right. Nice job, you guys. A little single leg balance here. I'm going to take that ball in my right hand. We're going to drop the knee to the floor for 5 reps here. Stack it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to shift my weight forward. Bring that, we're going to go ahead and bend forward towards that front leg. Switch the ball under the thigh. Stack it all the way back up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to take that ball to my inner thigh. Shift my weight forward again, left arm out. I'm going to lift and lower for 10 more. You got this, guys. 9, 8, 7. Now the core work here is stabilizing that spine and pelvis, right? So as you lift, you're bracing at the abdominals here. 3 more. 2. Hold it high on 1 in our circles from here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to our center here. We're going to face the front, or face the length of the mat. And then let's bring our feet in a turnout. We'll finish off with this one before we go down to the mat. I'm going to bring my arms nice and wide. We're going to double pulse at the bottom, switch the ball at the top. I'm going to pulse, pulse, switch, and pulse, pulse, switch. Sitting back towards the heels. Here's 2. Woo. 3, 4, and last one here for 5. Very good. We're going to go ahead and bring the ball down towards the floor. Keep the legs wide. We're going to go into a nice deep squat, as deep as we can. And let's go ahead and come down to the mat. All right. Awesome. Now let's place the ball between the knees here. I love this as a start. We were kind of working on the we'll call all 4s abdominals here. Now, in this position, I'm spreading my fingertips nice and wide. Finding my neutral pelvis. We all have a mirror pretty close here. So making sure if there was a dowel along your back or a foam roller, isn't that everybody's favorite, the foam roller? And without moving that spine or losing that dowel or foam roller, we're going to lower that belly down towards the mat. And then we're going to lift it all the way back up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release on 1. Now as we lift, we're lifting through that pelvic floor, thinking about cinching everywhere between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the pelvis here. Imagine we're kind of hugging our guts here. Fill it back up, lower towards the floor. And then lift and squeeze and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release on 1. And then lift and hold again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release on 1. Last one. Lift and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release on 1. Now, before we transition to some bear planks, let's go ahead and pull the shoulder blades together. Let the chest kind of sink down towards the mat. Maybe you'll crack your back a little bit. I did. We're going to lower the shoulder blades down and then circle them back up towards the hands. So arms are staying straight, but we're just circling the shoulder blades down and together, kind of making a bit of a circular motion here. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And let's switch directions. I'm going to pull those shoulder blades down and together, lift and separate for 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one on 5. Now from this position, we're going to go into some serratus punches because we're going to prime ourselves for that bear plank. Now the shoulder blades come together and we slightly round the upper back, separate the shoulder blades apart. And then we're coming back down together. Separate and lift. Let's do 3 more before we tuck our toes under and lift the knees. 2. Last one. Hold that position. Lower the shoulder blades down the back, but round the upper back. Slightly, not too much. making sure the shoulder blades are separated. We're going to tuck the toes under, draw that belly button in, lift the knees up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down on 1. Ooh, nice job, you guys. Sit back towards the heels, lengthen through that spine. We have one more set here before we drop and lift. Center back over the hands. We're going to lift it up again one more time and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way back down on 1. Awesome. Shift our weight back. All right. Now we're going into more of a dynamic movement. I'm going to bring my hands or my shoulders over my hands again, holding that ball between my knees. I'm going to lift an inch, lower an inch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back down. Woo, nice job, you guys. All right, now let's take that ball out from between the knees. We're going to go right into some opposite arm and leg reaches. Now, last week we did the ball under the knees. We're going to come back to it, but let's start with the ball under the hand this time. So I'm going to bring my left hand onto the ball. Okay. My left leg and right arm are going to be in motion. So we're going to draw that belly button up. Lift and reach. Pull it all back in. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way in on 1. Now we're transitioning to the other hand. All right, guys, you ready? That wasn't so bad, right? We're working our way to the knees. All right, draw it in. Lift and reach. 1, 2. Think length, length, length here. 3, 4. And last one for 5. Bring it in. All right, now we're working our way to the knee. Bring that ball underneath the knee here. Now, just a reminder, we're using the core engagement to offset the rotation in the back. So as you lift, you're drawing that belly button in. We're bracing like we did with all 4s abdominals to let that core keep our back from over-rotating. All right, now tuck your toe under, find your center. We're going to reach it out nice and slow. Pull it all the way back in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good, you guys. Now we're moving on to the other knee. Whew. All right. Look at that. We made a full circle. All right. So tuck that toe under. Draw that belly in. Brace, brace, brace. We're going to reach it long for 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one for 5. Awesome. Now we'll take that knee out from over the ball. And then in this position, we're going to squeeze it back between the legs. Now we did the shoulder circles. Let's go for the actual full circles here. So I'm going to shift my weight towards my left hand. Right hand, left hip, right hip, left hip, and then back to my left hand, right hand. I guess foot would make more sense here. Right foot, left foot. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And let's switch directions from here. Left hand, left foot, right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to find our center again. We're going to go ahead and add in a cat camel here. So let's just do a couple without the circles first. 2, drawing that tailbone between the legs. Shoulders come together and back as we lift. All right, and let's add this to our circle. So I'm going to extend towards my right hand, extend towards my left hand, and I'm going to round into camel towards my feet, circle it around towards my hands, and extend again for 2, 3, 4. And the last one here for 5. Let's switch directions. Extend from left to right hand, round from right to left foot for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Wonderful. Nice job. Let's go down to the elbows from here. I'm going to take that ball from between my legs to my hands. And then in this position, let's go ahead and straighten one leg back. And then the other leg with it. We're going to hold this plank, round the upper back, drop the hips. We're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop the knees on 1. And then we lift for 10 more. Lift, tap, lower, 10, 9, 8. Hug the guts here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. We're going to bring the knees back down, shift the weight back, length through those lats here. Woo, nice job, you guys. Let's take one knee under the hip, and then the other leg nice and long. I'm going to reach that leg down towards the floor, lift it all the way back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it high on 1. We rainbow across the body. Tap the mat. Rainbow across the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Reach it up nice and long. Bend that knee. Bring the heel towards the glutes. Straighten that leg nice and high for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull that knee back under the hip, and we'll switch the other leg here. Reach it nice and long. Lift and lower for 10, 9. Really focusing on that glute here, so we shouldn't feel this in the back at all. 5 more. 3, 2. Hold it high on 1. We rainbow across. Lift and rainbow the other direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Good. Reach that leg nice and long. Bend that heel to the glute. Reach it up for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and transition onto our side here. I'm going to stay on my elbow. Now, if you need a little bit more support, you can put the ball between your oblique and the mat. Okay, that's always a good place to start here. But again, make sure that elbow is right underneath the shoulder. We're pressing the torso up and up towards the ceiling. All right. Now, level 1, we're resting the hips onto the mat. If you want to take it a step further, lift the hips up. So we're kind of holding it at that side plank here. Now, pick what position you feel comfortable with. I'm going to lift and lower that top leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up on 1 and we circle from here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We switch directions for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees, stack the legs, lift the toes, and let's take that ball out from the oblique here. I'm going to put it behind that top knee. All right. So we're starting with the knees down, feet lifted. But what we're going to do is lift up that top leg, lower it back down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Almost there. 2. Find that end range. Get a little deeper. Hold it. And 1. Nice job. All right, let's transition to internal rotation. Now we're bringing that ball between the knees. In this position, I'm going to lift that top leg up, lower it back down. Again, find that end range. Try to go a little deeper. Range of motion and mobility is so important. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one here for 10. We bring it in. Wonderful job, you guys. Now let's take that ball out. I'm going to straighten that top leg nice and long. All right, we're going to prop ourselves up on that bottom leg. If you haven't been doing that side plank, here's your chance. We're going to bring that arm straight up to the ceiling. Lift and hold for 10, 9, 8, square up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Let's straighten one leg forward and then back for 5, 4. Bring the arm into it. One arm comes forward as the leg goes back and reverse. One more. Awesome. All right, let's go and turn onto the other side. Woo! Nice job, everybody. Wonderful. Elbow under the shoulder. We're going to reach that leg long. Again, you can go right into that side plank if you're ready for it. All right. Lift through the chest. We're lifting, lowering that top leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Leave it up on 1 and we circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees and feet together. Lift the feet, take that ball out. Put it behind that top leg. All right, and we clamshell open. Nice big squeeze for 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift through that chest. 5, 6. You guys are rocking it. Keep going. 7, 8, 9, and last one here for 10. Bring it back down and together. Let's put that ball between the knees this time. Lift again through that chest. Nice stable shoulders. We're going to open up that top foot. Lower it back down for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. All right, let's take that ball out. Straighten that top leg up. Bring that ball nice and high. We're going to lift the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring that top leg up. We'll reach that arm forward. Leg comes back. And then reach and switch for 1, 2, 3. We're almost there. 2 more. 4. And last one here for 5. Woo! All right. Wonderful job, you guys. Let's turn onto our bums. Right onto the sit bones here. All right. Now, from here, let's go ahead and bring that ball down to the mid-back, or kind of where that bottom tips of the shoulder blades like to land here. Oh. All right. Let's just take a second away from the the core for a moment. And let's go ahead and extend over the ball. Reach the arms above the head. Circle them out to the sides. And then back towards the feet and up towards the ceiling. Feeling that nice openness through the chest for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go and switch directions. Hands down towards the feet. Open through the chest. Circle around. Back up towards the ceiling. And then down to the floor again for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Very good. Let's take the hands out to the sides. Bend the elbows just a tad, maybe like 90 degrees here. Now, keeping the shoulders down, shoulder blades down the back, I'm going to straighten my arms above the head. Now, as I straighten, I want you to push your back into the ball, just so you can feel that core engaged to keep the ribs down. Bend the elbows back in towards the sides. Bring those ribs down, push back into the ball as you reach up. Maybe your tailbone lifts a little bit off the mat, and then bend the elbows, bring it back in. 3 more. And then back in. 2, and back in. And last one for 1. And then all the way back in. We bring the hands behind the head. Curl it up from here. Nice and slow. Looking down at that belly button. Let's go in for some abdominal breaths here. So we're going to cinch it in. Hold that abdominal engagement. And then in this position, you can either keep the hands behind the head to support the head if you need, or you can bring the hands towards the feet. Hands towards the feet might be a little bit more difficult, so choose a position that's good but challenging. I'm going to lift one leg up into tabletop, and I'm going to drop it back down and switch to the other leg. Now your goal is to have minimal transfer or movement during your transfer. So the ball is a good feedback for that, right? So you might feel a little wobble on the ball. That's a sign that you got to hone in a little bit deeper on the core here. Let's do 2 more. Good. Last one, bring that leg up, the other one with it. Looking down at that belly button, we're going to tap and lower, lift it back up. Tap and lower and lift. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, almost there, 5, and 5. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring the legs back down. We're going to lift both of them back up and then back down for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring them all the way up, knees together, feet together. We're going to open them up, drop them. It's about 6 inches or so. Lift them all the way back up and then close. We got 10 of these here. Now your goal is to not extend as you lower. So you're drawing those abs here. We got 3, 4, 5, almost there, 6, 7, 8, almost there, you guys, 9, and last one here for 10. Woo, all right, nice job, everybody. Let's go ahead and prop ourselves up onto our elbows. We're going to take that ball beneath our left foot. All right, again, anytime we're propped up like this, elbows are right under the shoulders. Good alignment, right? It's a big part of our principles is alignment. Now, the ball's underneath my left foot. I'm going to roll it out. Right knee is in. Okay. I'm going to switch legs, switch which one straightens and which one bends for 2, 3, 4, and hold it straight on 5. Oops, sorry. Left leg straight, right leg in. I'm going to straighten that right leg up. Good. I'm going to lower and lift with a straight leg for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift through that chest. Hold it up high on 1. We got small circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions for 5. Lift through the chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back in. Switch to the other foot. I'm going to straighten my right leg up, bring my left knee in, and switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it on 1. Bring that left leg straight, lift and lower for 5 more. Try not to collapse behind the back. Keep that back straight. 3, 2, hold it high on 1. We got 5 circles in each direction. 4, 3, 2, lift through that chest on 1 and switch directions for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring it all the way back in. Come all the way up to seated. Awesome. Nice job, you guys. Rocking and rolling here. All right, bring that ball between the knees. We're going to lift the feet up. All right, find that balance on the sit bones here. Sit up as tall as you can. This is our little teaser prep. We won't be doing teasers, but it's kind of fun to do. We're going to straighten the legs out, bend the knees, pull it in. Really big thing here is balancing here for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one here for 10. Plant the feet, bring the hands behind the body. All right, we're lifting the hips. You ready? Let's just do a little chest opener here. Let's take a second. It's always that awkward moment where my music transitions. Lift through the chest, open it up, and then sink a little bit and lift for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep that chest lifted on 10. We're going to press through the heels, lift the hips up, open towards the ceiling. We're only going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 10, 9. Open up the chest a little deeper. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down on 1. Woo! All right. Wonderful. So let's bring the hands to the thighs. We're going to do a little bit of a roll down. I'm going to do a pelvic tuck. I'm just going to do a pelvic tuck, not a full roll down, but you guys go for a roll down. So you're going to tuck it under, roll back as far as you can, all the way to the mat if you can. And then you're going to roll it all the way back up. And then tuck and roll it back. And then lift it all the way back up. Good. Use those thighs if you need some assist to come back up. The big thing here is controlling the descent. So as you roll back, you're controlling the roll down using your core muscles, obviously. So we're going to do 3 more and then back up. This is what we call working the negative, right? So if you're working on that eccentric control, eventually you can get that concentric strength to get there. Last one, meaning if you're working on the way down, getting a nice controlled version on the way down, then you can become strong enough to bring yourself all the way back up. All right, now this time we're going to go all the way back down onto the mat. We'll just spend a few seconds here. All right. Now, in this position, let's go and take that ball out from between the legs and press it on top of the legs. We're going to press and hold. Engage those abdominals. Feel the shoulders come down the back and away from the ears. Maybe tuck the tailbone under a little bit, and then we release. And again, press and hold. And then we release. 3 more. Press and hold. And release. 2. And release. And last one here, press and hold. And then release. Wonderful. Let's bring both legs up into tabletop. Press that ball into our left knee. So we're getting that abdominal engagement again. Draw the ribs down. We're going to lower and lift the legs. And then pull them back in for 5. Actually, let's go for 10 here. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. The goal is to not let that back extend as you lower. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Let's switch to the other side. Woo! Almost there. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Almost there. 4. 3. 2. And last one on 1. Let's bring both feet down. The ball between the knees. I'm going to reach my arms above my head first. And then as I tuck the pelvis under, I'm going to lift up into a bridge, bring the hands down towards my feet. Tuck my tailbone under. I'm going to roll down through the spine. Nice and slow. Each vertebrae touches the mat. 4 more. Tuck and lift. And control it all the way back down, hands above the head. Again, keeping those ribs down. Your back should feel flat when the hands are above the head. Here's 3. 4. And 5. Hold it up here. Keep the hips high. We're going to relax one glute. Hips should rotate. You're going to squeeze it back up, and then the other. And squeeze. And lower. And squeeze. Lower. Squeeze. You should feel that hip dip. And lift. We have 2 more each hip. Good. And last one to each side. Awesome. We're going to roll it all the way back down. All right. Let's go ahead and go on to our, we're going to turn up. Let's see. All right. And then let's go ahead and go back onto our, onto our sides here. We're going to do so a little bit more shoulder mobility and hip mobility here. So let's stack those hands on top of each other with the ball in between. And those knees are also stacked as well. All right. Now I'm going to roll that ball forward. Roll it back to the spine. The shoulder to the spine. Open up the chest to the ceiling. Very good. I'm going to bend that elbow. Bring that ball back to the hand. Roll it forward. Roll it back. Open towards the ceiling. And again, 3 more. Rolling it forward. Rolling it back. Open it up. Awesome. Last 2. And last one here. Wonderful. Feeling that stretch through the chest. Let's bring that ball back on top of the hand, and then we're going to circle it up. Follow with the eyes. Open towards the ceiling again. Reach towards those feet. And then back to the hand for 5. 4. 3. 2. And the last one for 1. We're going to switch directions. Hand towards the feet, circle towards the ceiling, towards the, out to the side, and then back to the hand. So that chest is opening up towards the ceiling for 2. Now remember, this is all through the shoulder blades. So we're initiating this movement with the shoulder blades here. Last one. Very good. Let's take that ball to the bottom hand. I'm going to bring that top hand down to the mat and straighten my legs out from here. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a side crunch here. So just so you guys know, level 1 is the top leg and the arm lift. Level 2, both legs and the arm lifts. So pressing hard into the mat, we're going to lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Wonderful. We're going to flip on to the other side. I'm getting really good at my log rolls here. All right. Wonderful, guys. Let's bring that ball in between the hands, sliding that top shoulder blade forward, back to the spine, turn it open. Bend and bring it back to the front. Here's 2. 3. 4. And here's our last one for 5. Open it up nice and wide. Bring it back to the hand, and we circle. Opening up towards the ceiling, reaching those fingers towards the feet. Feeling a little bit more throughout the neck here. Nice good stretch to the neck. Here's 2. 3, 4, and last one here for 5. Awesome, and we switch directions. Reach towards those feet, around and back towards the hand for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, And last one for 1. We bring that ball to the bottom hand, reach it above the head, straighten those legs out. Now pick your level, top leg and the arm, or both legs and the arm. We lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one for 1. Nice job, everybody. All right, let's go back onto our elbows here. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to put my ball right in that little bit of that hook here, where the eye hooks are. You know, where do you hang up the mats? Mine's not going to fit, so hopefully you guys can sandwich it by a water bottle or something. All right. And then let's go onto our elbows again here. Now we're going to go into a full plank with some steps. So we're going to lift our hips up, hold that position. I'm going to step one foot out of the mat, bring it back in, and then the other foot out of the mat, bring it back in for 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it back in, and I'm going to lift that back leg up for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees underneath. Sit back towards the heels. Find the length through the low back here. Into a nice little bit of a child's pose. Awesome. All right. Let's just take a few moments here. And let's come on to our hands. And then in this position, we're going to lift the legs up. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn into a bit of a side plank with a bent knee. All right. Now we're going to hold this here. Bring our hand back down. We're going to pivot to the other side. For 1. 2. 3. Watch out for your neighbor, I guess, huh? Awesome. 4. And 1 more to each side for 5. And 5. Good. Keep those knees hovering. We're going to straighten one leg back, the other one with it. Pull it in for 5. 4. 3. 2. And bring the knees both in on 1. Woo. All right. Nice job, you guys. Let's do a little hip mobility. We'll finish off standing today. I'm going to take my foot, plant my knee. So let's start with the left leg here. I'm going to turn my foot out and then plant my foot, lift the knee, shift my weight towards that back leg. I'm going to pull my knee back in and then my foot with it. Let's go for 9 more, just to that side here. Feeling a little bit through the back, a lot through the hip. 3. Awesome. 4. Really feeling that rotation through that femur, or that thigh bone, right? 5. Got 4 more here. Does anybody remember in the beginning of our class when we did the nerve floss? Yeah, does anybody remember the nerve we were flossing? Yes, awesome. Yeah, either or. But nice. Very good, you guys. I'm so impressed. That's awesome. Let's do 2 more here. Oh man, I gotta pepper in some more little things in there in class. It's kind of fun. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring it back in. Let's switch to the other hip here. Turning that foot out, planting it, and lifting that knee, shifting towards that leg. Bringing it back in. Here's 2. Awesome. 3. Whew. 4. 5. 6. Awesome. 7. Almost there. 8. 2 more. 9. And we'll finish off with 1 more for 10. Awesome. Nice job, you guys. We got the shoulders, we got the hips. Let's go ahead and come up to standing here. We'll do a little bit of balance work to finish. All right. And then we'll try to end with a little bit of deep squats here. So just a reminder here, the different positions, we can have the foot, the level 1 is our foot's in an instep, tandem. The other one is full tandem, okay? That's level 2. Level 3, we hook behind. Level 4, we bring our foot up. So pick a position that's, fairly challenging, but also doable, right? We don't have something, if you need something to grab onto, find a wall. All right, let's start with our switches. Okay, so we're gonna grip our feet to the mat, bring the ball to the front and then back out, to the front and back out. And then we follow with the eyes, with the ball. It gets a little bit more tricky when you have a lot of people around you moving, right? Let's do 1 more here. Awesome. And then we bring it back to the front. Let's take the ball into one hand, a little hand-eye coordination. We're going to catch with the other hand, and then back to the other side for 1, 2, good, 3, 4, and 5. Let's bring it to our whatever hand of the foot that's kind of either in front or kind of hovering, okay? We're going to bring it to that hand. So my left foot's in front, it's in my left hand. I'm going to go ahead and lifting or throw and catch for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go and switch feet positions from here. Okay. Spread the toes, root the feet. We're going to bring it to the other side here. Switch hands with the ball. 2, and then we start following with the eyes. Now, concentration, that's another big principle. We talked about alignment, concentration, centering. Lots of good principles in Pilates we focus on. All right, and then we bring it back to the center, and now we catch for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now my right foot's forward. I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to catch and throw and catch. This is not my dominant hand, so there's 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. All right, guys, last thing here. Let's go ahead and go in with a little bit of wider stance. I'm going to go ahead and reach that ball up and over and then pull it back down. I'm going to bend that knee and reach over a little bit deeper for 2, 3, 4, and last one for 5. We're going to bring the ball to the other hand. We're going to reach it up and over, pull it in, bend that knee, reach a little deeper for 2, 3. I always find that this is a good stretch. I don't really typically do things in this plane of movement unless I'm doing Pilates. Let's do 1 more here. Awesome. All right, now last thing, we're going to finish off with a deep squat here. Now you can most certainly sit on the ball if you need to get that range, but we're going to bring our hands down towards the floor. Sit back towards those heels. Try to go bring the heels down as far as you can. If you can't, sit on the ball here. Okay. We're going to bring the hands down to the floor. Arms to the knees. Such a good functional movement for the hips to do. We're going to shift our weight left and right. I bet all you yogis are pretty used to this one, huh? This is a good one to do. And I want you to kind of pay attention to the difference in between your left and right sides. Is there a limitation in one ankle or one knee or one hip? Those are all good things to kind of take note of your body. All right. Awesome. Wonderful. Let's shift our weight forward. We're going to slowly stand on up. And we'll finish with that today, guys. Nice job, everybody. Thank you so much.